So we can go forward. So why we're here today? This is like everyone would like to have a convenient shopping experience, and we know, for example, Amazon Go is developing with this plan in mind to make it as easy as possible to buy something and check out. And this is something that we would like to also bring, and we know that it's just a matter of time before these kinds of experiences are everywhere. Where we are today, VisioLab is sitting in Berlin, and we know that there's 11 billion meals being served annually in Europe alone. So that's meals served on trays that can be, where the checkout can be automated with the help of computer vision and AI. So this is not including the US and China. This is a huge market, and there's so much that we can do to improve the checkout and payment experience. So our vision for the technology is that when you want to pay for your food, you can pay with a smile or with your good looks. The experience can be very smooth and seamless, and there's no reason we should have to basically interrupt the process between getting food on your tray and going to sit down. It should be automatic. So the main reason why we're here today is because of timing. So this is crucial for startups who want to build AI into their products and to basically to make sense of the changes that are happening in society and to deliver products that bring value to customers. We'll mention a few points that are very especially relevant to timing, and including with the market and with the technology. So the main stakeholder for us are the people connected to food payment. People who are either responsible for delivering the food at the canteens or the cafeterias, or people who are paying for food, if you're end users, as well as the payment systems that are in the middle and making sure that people are able to charge their food, charge the price of the food to their accounts. In addition, we have employers who have big canteens. So, for example, we work with Axel Springer and Porsche in Berlin, and when they are providing food to their employees, it's very important for them that they provide the best experience possible to their consumers. So there are three main changes that we're seeing here that are affecting all of these stakeholders.
Maybe I can jump in real quick as well. So what we see is also like the changes of the consumer behavior at the moment. I don't know how it is in Ukraine, but at least here in Germany, if you look, for example, at McDonald's, everybody is checking out the food themselves. Also the grocery stores, also IKEA. They all make the transition to give more power basically back to the consumer. Give more responsibility to the consumer, on the one hand to save cost, but also to save time. So the humans are already really triggered by checking out any kind of stuff themselves, basically. And what also comes along is the involvement of technology. This is not involvement of like mobile payments. It's also like cloud space, like the calculation power that you need. It's getting cheaper and cheaper and accessible for everybody. And these changes that we see in this sector will allow us actually basically to develop our solution.
Yes, exactly. These are the three main changes that we see. Consumer behavior changing, increased demands, also digitalization, which is happening everywhere, and the involvement or evolution of the technology. So then we ask, okay, we see these changes coming. What can we do to improve this experience? And then the next question is, what is the perfect experience? What would be the perfect experience for paying for your food at a canteen? And we think about combining things like facial recognition or facial expression. So my background includes working with Intel to develop facial recognition applications and facial emotion recognition. And if we can combine these into one solution, this would be, I think, the perfect experience for automated checkouts. But we have before us, in front of us, we see a sample tray of food where a customer has chosen which foods they want to put on their tray, and they have all the options in front of them. So the perfect customer experience is limited to selecting which food you want to eat. And so our goal is to make it easy for them to go from that stage to enjoying the food without any other stress.
Yeah. So I was already talking a little bit about the changing of payment, and what we saw in the last years, or the last year basically, was the involvement of digital payments. It started out with Visa and MasterCard with a tap to pay, so you don't have to put in your code anymore. You just tap your card and everything. I think it's a little bit depending on where you live. In Switzerland, it's I think like 40 francs, and in Germany, it's like 25 euros. And you can just tap your card and run basically without any kind of security check later on. And then also, of course, Google Pay, Apple Pay, allowing us to use our phone. But the question for us is, how can we make it even more flawless? How can we make the customer pay without needing a hand anymore? And this is where it then comes to play that Justin has all the experience also with face recognition, that how can we actually make a facial expression the security check to pay. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and in addition to the standard payment methods which Tim mentions, there's also cryptocurrencies is becoming, or has become, a popular way of paying for food, paying for any item. And this whole process of how to finance transactions and how to make transactions more smoothly involves a lot of different possible technologies which we're all interested in. So anything from cryptocurrency to the deep neural network technology to recognize the foods. But handling cash is definitely an important aspect in this.
Yeah.
So we can explain what the different considerations are for
yeah, thanks. So I have a little bit background in digital payments. I've worked for a company in Switzerland before. As one of the major providers for closed-loop payments. And what do we mean with closed-loop, or what is the difference to open-loop? So when you speak about an open-loop transaction, it's always a transaction directly to your bank account. That's open-loop. You can basically use this payment everywhere. And closed-loop, it's only for really closed environment. You can imagine like a football stadium, a university, everything where you could kind of upload a card, RFID card or whatever, but you could just redeem this money, this value in a specific environment. And this is what we call closed loop environment. Mm. Yeah. The benefit, I think you can go to the next slide. The main reason why people stick to closed-loop transactions is basically because you have no transaction fee. And in areas where you have just small amounts, such as a catering, like catering firm, such as food, such as like buying a beer at a stadium, you cannot afford to pay this 30 cents transaction fee, and then on top the 2% of the transaction value. That's why more and more people, especially businesses, especially university, just buy this closed loop payment system and let it run internally. Mm-hmm.
And so in this whole chain of the payment system, the top layer, we have the function of the cashier, who is often the biggest cost center for these canteens. And we're able to focus on how do we make that role more productive. So we asked the question, what can we do, and why hasn't it changed it? Why hasn't this system of payments changed towards being automated, automating the recognition of the food and automating the payments digitally? So this is not a trivial challenge for us, and we know that it's also it's a matter of time before it happens. So what are the things that are limiting that? And we find that actually today we're at a very special time in history in terms of the technology. So if you look at the open source algorithms, like the neural network software that's available, of course, data science audience, the data scientists will be familiar with a lot of the changes that have happened in the past 5 years and how fast things are changing. What's possible today, where we are 2020, was not considered possible 5 years ago or 10 years ago. In fact, of our competitors in this space of food payments, the open source algorithms have increased, as you can see, over the years. So from 2013 to 2019. Right? So we're entering in 2019 with a black line here. We're at nearly 100% possibility, and we intend to leverage this technology that's available to work with cutting-edge, state-of-the-art networks, neural networks. So whether it's faster RCNN or SSD, our vision is one-shot learning for basically making it super, super easy for people to use this technology. And so not only the technology with the timing, we also have like we have the importance of getting all the stakeholders on board, including the cashier, who's going to help to make this function more productive for the company and also for themselves. So we have the possibility for everyone to make beneficial use of the AI. And we can talk about, for example, the cashier in this role will be able to monitor 6 different transactions at the same time. Instead of manually identifying like how many dishes, what dishes are on each tray, they could be basically 6 times as productive in a new role of managing the AI technology. And for us, it's also shifting the KPIs for the checkout area to precision, recall, and speed of transactions. And also, it's very important that we establish good relationships with the main stakeholders, including the customers. So, so thank you very much. This concludes our talk about how we see the future of food payment checkouts and how we're working towards making that a reality for the people around us in Germany and also Europe. And we're very interested to hear from you and any questions you have. We're both here to answer your questions. So thank you all very much.